it's Gail with this week's weekly energy reading for New Earth entrepreneurs. Thanks for tuning in. I did something a little bit different right before I hopped on. Some of you who follow me know a little bit about this with me, and a lot of people maybe are just going to be hearing this for the first time. But I decided to play with my own magic for this week's reading. And the way that shows up for me is I get sensations in my body. I get information coming through my body. And I also have pretty strong recognition gift, clairvoyance, whatever you want to call it. And so the bodily sensations and then images come to me. Sometimes it's pictures, sometimes it's like a connection with some other reference. So like I'll get songs or movies or books or anyway, it's all different ways that information comes to me. And so I got the nudge to actually do that before hopping on the live here. And some of the things that came to me, now I can do these sessions on individuals. I've done these sessions on my business. I can do these sessions on clients' businesses. So I was really just kind of curious if this works on readings, and it does. And so I'm going to kick off the reading before I jump into the cards with some of the things that came through during this real quick mini, I call it feel and flow session for this week's reading. And right away, what I'm feeling for this week is, for some of you, it's really going to be an optimal time to get things off your chest. I immediately felt a heaviness around my chest, and it felt like outside my body on my chest. A lot of times I'll get feelings within the body, but this was certainly a pressure from the outside. And what I'm feeling from that is that some of you are really needing to get something off your chest, right? There's something that's weighing you down emotionally. Maybe this is something that you've been wrestling with or grappling with, coming to terms with for a while now. And it's like, this is the time, this week, this month, this is the time to really do something about it. I feel like there's probably been a lot of thinking about it. And it's like Spirit saying, this is the time to actually speak this out to whoever or about whatever that is, it's like weighing you down. And as long as you come about it from an emotionally mature place, from a balanced place, you're going to have success with this. And immediately, once I acknowledge, yes, there's something that they need to get off their chest, there's something that we need to get off our chest, right? That lightness came in, that heaviness dissipated. And there was a feeling of flow. And so there may be a little bit of anxiety about this, right? Like when it's time to speak our truth, our mind wants to protect us from anything that could go wrong, right? And so there may be a little bit of that going on. But I was also feeling like it's very clear to you that this needs to happen. And so this is the week where you can have great success with that. You don't need to, certainly notice how you're feeling about it, and you don't need to worry about it, okay? This is going to help you release some things that you've been carrying that you don't need to carry anymore. The other piece that really was coming through, I felt this fullness. It was really interesting. I received it in a couple of different ways. My belly was really expanding, but not in an uncomfortable way. It was like a I felt satiated. I felt full, not in the way where you overeat, right? and so for me, that was a filling yourself up versus looking outside of yourself to fill yourself up, versus looking outside for acceptance and validation and love or whatever it is, right? But really getting clear about how you want to go about doing that for yourself. Like, how do you want to be inner resourced? And what does that feel like? What does that look like for you? Okay. Now, there's a lot of talk. We hear a lot of talk, and we get a lot of messages about self-care and self-love. And I'm all for that. I'm all for that. And that inner resourcing really is, there's a couple of different things to keep in mind with kind of that surface level approach to self-love and self-care, right? There's nothing wrong with going to get a massage or buy yourself some flowers I'm not knocking any of that. And to really feel the impacts of that, going deeper, being willing to go deeper and dive into your shadows and really, I really work on your deprogramming, right? And to really go in a committed way to your inner work to remove all that stuff that you've taken on in your life will open you up to really receive more of those actions, right? More of those practices, whatever it is for you. Maybe it's like going to the salon and getting your nails done, or maybe it's going out for walks, or I had a beautiful experience this weekend at a spa doing a water journey. And so there's ways to quote unquote treat yourself, right? And when you're doing that deeper work, which, let's be frank, is not always soothing, right? It's not always feeling like a luxury or a treat. It's a commitment. It's a practice. And it can bring up negativity. That's the point of it, is to bring awareness to that negativity and to bring it up for transformation or transmutation. And this is Scorpio season, so it's all about death and rebirth and transformation, and really being willing to dance with our darkness, and not in a scary way, but just in a very accepting and integrative kind of way. And so what I'm feeling is this is also a great week to work on the inner work, but then to also anchor in whatever you end up shifting, whatever you end up transforming or healing this week, with those lighter pieces, right? Like those material or physical actions or behaviors or rituals, like the flowers, like, just, and maybe it's just curling up with a book, with a warm blanket, or having a really nice cup of tea, whatever it is that you do for self-care, doing the inner work, and then anchoring that in, whatever you end up releasing or healing with something in the material realm is going to be really powerful and potent this week. I'm also feeling like just generally eating a little bit lighter, making sure that you're hydrated. There's a lot of really intense energies coming in this month as well. So just being aware and noticing, being in communication with your body about, okay, what nourishes me, like physically, what nourishes me, emotionally, what nourishes me, spiritually, what nourishes me. That's really important for this week too. And then the other piece that came in during this little magic session that I was doing is all around family healing. And I feel like this is kind of starting to get set up this week. I feel like this is a longer, maybe not long, but it's ongoing. Okay. So you may have been already working on this, and I'm feeling like there's something getting set up this week to take that family healing to a deeper level. Okay, so for some of you, it's more of an internal process, and that might look like maybe doing some ancestral healing, working with healers to help heal childhood wounds. It could be forgiveness or gratitude practices, setting and establishing and maintaining boundaries, whether that's, kind of boundaries in the dynamics with people, or just setting boundaries and being clear about your own boundaries as you go into situations with family. It could be energetic boundaries, right? So clearing and grounding. That's more on the internal side. And for some of you, it's going to be experiencing this in the material realm, right? I mean, we're also moving into holiday season. And so the opportunities to be with family and to show up with family in, this new energy, this new vibration that you're carrying is bound to shake things up a little bit, right? And so there's an opportunity here. And, for some, maybe it's like, oh, I don't know. Don't know how I'm feeling about this. But there is an opportunity for you to come into those situations, into those exchanges with this this new vibration that you're in. If you've been doing your work, right, your inner work and your healing work, and to show up in that vibration and to really stay in the moment and be present to how people are responding to you. And if you can stay in that energy, right, it's an opportunity to play with this and to experiment and get curious and just notice. And with family, it's like, especially, family has this way of bringing us back into the old energy, right? It's a lot easier for family to hook us back in. I mean, every person you encounter has that potential, and is a mirror for what it is within you that's up to be worked on and healed, or at least acknowledged and addressed. And there's something about family, right? Like, because we're really set in these patterns. And so I'm sensing, and I feel this for myself as well, okay? Full transparency here, but I'm also sensing, like, as we're going into the holiday season, this is up for a lot of light workers and empaths and new earth entrepreneurs is, who am I? Who am I now? And how is this going to be now in the dynamic, right? Because you're going to be showing up differently. Your family might not be showing up differently, but it only takes one to shift the dynamic. And so I'm feeling like that's a message that's wanting to come through this week. Somebody needs to hear, like, it's okay, notice, right? Notice how you're feeling about the way things have been, the patterns of the past, and also be open to it being different because you're different. So, that's what came through for the reading. So I'm going to grab some cards. I pulled all oracle cards. I don't know, no tarot today. And I have all my oracle decks. I don't think that we're going to use all of them, but they told me to take them all. So I'm just going to tune in here. Okay, they brought him. So my eyes went straight to the Rumi deck, and these are really long, so we'll see what happens here. I don't typically like to just read, but these are so long and they're so deep and rich. What does Rumi want to tell us? What do you want to tell us? What do we need to know about the energy this week for New Earth entrepreneurs, regards to mission, healing work, inner work? What do we need to know? Okay. Oh, we got two. Yeah, okay. So we've got Victory of Miriam. Just hold that there. Okay, so right away, I'm drawn to the colors here, okay? Yeah, it's like all the chakra colors are here with this pop of red. It's like the yellow and the orange are, more of an accent. So I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, okay. Look at this, the energy kind of swirling around her chest, right? And so and there seems to be some connection coming down from above. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know if that disconnected on your end, but it looked like it disconnected on our end. So apologies if there was a big pause there. So there may be something there for you about pausing or disconnection and reconnecting. And as I was saying before that happened, this connection here coming in, so you may be getting some downloads coming in, and then this energy kind of swirling around her chest, right? Like with the green, the heart chakra, the throat chakra here with the blue. It reminds me of that message that came through during the pre-session to this energy reading, is like getting that off your chest, and being victorious in doing so, and that it's safe. You're safe to speak your truth this week. Well, you're safe to speak your truth, period. But there's something about it specifically with this week's energy where maybe you haven't felt safe in the past, and there's something about whatever it is that you're wanting to get off your chest this week where you're going to see like, oh yeah, okay, like I really can, it's okay for me to share that, to share what's true for me, and that I'm safe in doing that. I don't know if 41 means something for you, and 4 + 1 is 5. So something's changing. Something's definitely shifting. I'll go back. This is just kind of my take on what's coming up for me on the image, but I'll go back to the card and dive a little deeper into this. We may just be doing Rumi cards today. I don't know why they had me get all these other decks, but we'll see. Okay, and then the other piece that came up was the Divine Mother Manifest. So yes, definitely lots of powerful manifesting energy coming through this month. It started last month. You may have noticed that, especially toward the end of the month, and it's going to continue. I keep getting all kinds of messages, internally, but also from external sources about how this is a really powerful month for magic and miracles and manifesting. And I'm already starting to see evidence of that in my own experience. So you may be experiencing that too. And look at this, look at the colors here, right? Like, I feel like this is almost the same woman, just a different, oh my God. And see that, look on her chest again. Yeah, this just sort of seems like the same woman, different perspective, right? With the divine energy surrounding her, right? It's like they've got your back. You know, whatever this is for you, they've got your back. They want you to succeed. They want, especially if you've been doing a lot of your inner work, you might be seeing, you know, that doesn't go unnoticed. So you might be seeing the fruits of your labor this week, right? With this healing energy, heart healing. You know, you've been doing a lot of heart healing, I'm feeling, with this. And you're going to see the fruits of that this week, this month. There's something about the hands too. This came up. I didn't talk about it at the beginning of the reading, but I did notice this as I was tuning into my body. I definitely felt energy flowing through my hands. So there's something about the hands and the heart, and like, you know, the hands are connected to the heart, like physically, but energetically as well. And so there's something here about either you're doing hands-on healing, or maybe you're getting some downloads about your own healing capabilities. Or there's like doing things with your hands, like it could be a creative thing, is healing. It's healing for you and it's healing for others. And you're really stepping more into that healing aspect. Like I'm feeling like it's, it may have been something that maybe you initially were drawn to just as a, you know, like a fun activity, and or like a creative outlet. And the more you did it and the more you played with it, the more you realize how healing that practice was for you. And then either you've done this or there's a call to do this, like to bring that, it's like you're at a place now where you're ready to bring that out into the world, to share that out into the world. And it was like kind of an unexpected realization for you. And so you're wanting to bring that deeper layer to more people, right? It's like, it's something that people kind of just do. Like I'm getting like a hobby or like to pass the time kind of thing. And it's like, you're in this place where you're like, no. This is so much more than what you think it is. Okay. So, you know, if that resonates, let me know. But there's definitely something very potent this week with your hands and healing and your heart. And sharing that. Like sharing your heart with others. Sharing that healing journey, your healing journey with others. It's really, I'm getting like this real sense of peace too. It's like, I feel like this week is the week where you're really going to step in and own that. I think you've been playing with it and you've been curious about it, but also feeling a little bit insecure. And something about this week, you're like, no, this is it. Like, I'm not making this up. This is really a thing. Like, you're really stepping into owning it, and committing to this path. Wow. Anything else? Yeah, it's part of your mission. Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna, let's see if I can put these here. I'm gonna put these here, and I'm just gonna review the guidebook just to see if there's anything else we need to know here. Okay, clearly I need to get a better setup here, but thanks for bearing with. All right, so we had 41. Oh, what's the number on this one? 15, so that's a 6. 6. I just heard soul path. This might be your soul's path. Interesting. This may be something that you agreed to do before coming here, right? Okay, so that's mission, purpose. 41. 41. All right, I'm gonna read this. Oh, yeah. This is really, okay, so Victory of Mary, I'm just kind of scanning here, but it's also a call to really step into your, your true self, and to remember, your own power and sovereignty. Okay. If you are longing to caress the moon, don't turn away from it. If you are not ill, why do you crawl under a blanket to hide? You are in a quarry of sweets. Why do you look so sour? You live in the spring of life. Why are you withered inside? Don't fight against yourself. Don't flee from what could be your glory. Like a fearless moth, dive into the flame. Why be linked to your obsessions? Burn out in the flames. Oh my God, come on, guys. This is some serious Phoenix energy in Scorpio season. Just saying. Burn out in the flames until your heart and soul are enlightened. Get out of the old carcass and form yourself a new body. Yeah, this is, we're in ascension here, right? Like, it's kind of like, this is go time. This is, are you going to stay committed to the old way of being, or are you going to rise up? Are you going to ascend, right? Into who you truly are. Why are you afraid of a fox when you descend from lions? Why be a lame ass when you have the strength of stallions? The beloved you seek will arrive to open the door to your fortune, for love is the key that opens all your locks. So yeah, and I feel like this is speaking to unconditional love, true love, loving yourself, like really, really seeing the true you, not what people have told you about you, not what you've been conditioned to believe about yourself, but the true you. You feel you are mortal, and I know you are divine. You feel you're not ready for the task, and I know that triumph is only moments away. You reach to me for protection, but you are me, right? You're safe. You're safe and protected. The protection that you seek is already with you. We are not apart. I am living through all that you are and all that you love, all that you have lost and all that you offer to me in surrender. I am in you as your courage and magnificent, and any task I send to you is simply one of the tasks for which you were born. So what I'm saying, okay, confirmation, right? This is what, number one, you're meant to be here. And this is what you're meant to do while you're here. That was me. Back to the book. You are an eagle with wings, ready to soar. So I push you from the cliff top that you may know yourself. This oracle brings you a message of affirmation and success. Your victory is already assured. So what would it be like to just start going through your life, or just playing and experimenting with that kind of energy? That your victory is already assured. When you're having those moments of doubt, which is totally normal, right? We all grapple with this, but that those moments of doubt can be the things that hold us back in our life. And so if you can just get present to that and acknowledge it and shift into, well, how would I be? What kind of person do I need to be to really have trust and faith that my victory is already assured? I cannot fail. How would you show up differently? You are being led into this now. No matter if you believe it is not possible, you are placing more faith in the appearance of distraction or obstacle than in utter success. Right. Yeah. So it's shifting out of that, like, oh, I might fail. Yeah. Well, when you're 100% fully committed to that faith in your assured victory, failure can look like success, right? If you can really truly embrace that everything is happening for you, even the messy stuff, and even the quote unquote failure, which is really just lessons, right? Yeah, it's like, of course your victory is already assured. What? See, my cat, she's saying yes. She's confirming it. No matter if you have forgotten for a moment that the divine lives in you as you, and that apparent failure is only a part of the process, the plan through which learning happens. I didn't read ahead, by the way. Serving the ultimate holy victory. Yes, your victory is inevitable. Okay. I'm skipping to the end. This oracle asks you to trust in your growing optimism, to let the war be over now and put it behind you, even if it means weeping with sweet sorrow and relief for a while. The sunset is golden. The struggle is behind you. Now just rest and enjoy the golden glow as you rest with love a long, long while. Yeah, and I feel like, that again, that's those blessings coming in for you too, right? You're reaping your rewards. Wow, she's got a lot to say. All right, so we're going to go to 15, the Divine Mother. Manifests. Oh, you living in the world of 6 directions, accept the gloom and accept the bliss. For those seeds buried in the ground will one day grow into fruitful orchards. We share her, this Divine Mother. You and I, we are her precious children. We are born through her love, and she shares in our losses and our gains, our tragedies and our triumphs. Her hair forms the galaxies, her thoughts become the stars. The sun is her own warmth, and her breath is felt upon this earth, causing the roar of the ocean waves. Her voice is heard in the call of the whales and the trill of the birds. She is all, nurturing life into existence. She is in my reaching for you, and she is in your acceptance of my divine hand. She is all, this great lady. Nothing lies outside of her sphere of influence and power, compassion and grace. That includes you and your dreams, great and small, my angel of love. This oracle comes to you via the sacred grace and mercy of the Divine Mother, who is the great manifesting expression of divinity. Yeah, right. All that is created, all that is made manifest, without exception, flows from her being. This is why it is safe to trust in life, even, most especially, the inexplicable mystery and even the darkness that may give rise to fear and judgment within us. This is what I was saying about what does it look like when you show up in the full acceptance and trust and faith that everything is happening for you. It is all part of her unfathomable workings. So we pray for light, we pray for love, we honor and live our lives with its mysteries with as much integrity as we can muster. But beyond that, it is best to participate in this life with much less certainty than the mind would have us believe necessary for inner peace. Inner peace doesn't come with understanding, it comes with trusting. Can we understand a star, a galaxy? Perhaps not, yet we can choose to trust in its beauty and beingness, and from it derive great energy, hope, and inspiration. The ways of the Divine Mother are not to be judged by our limited standards, rather than can be witnessed, experienced, and receive. What a relief to not need to understand. Okay, so again, this is like going beyond the logical mind, the analytical mind. Your mind is there, yes, mind has value, Ego is valuable. There is a purpose to it. And we're not taught how to use that in the most optimal way. We're running on autopilot. It's our mind that's running the show. And really, if we just gave it some direction, we wouldn't be so caught up in this need to be right, the need to have all the answers, to the need to have certainty in order to move through life. Our mind is there to support us moving towards our desires, right? It's living life from the heart with the mind supporting. And the way that we've been conditioned is to live from the mind, to value the mind over the heart, to really shut down and shun what the heart's wisdom is telling us at any given moment. They need to work together. And in divine perfection, they work in this way where the heart leads and the mind supports, not the other way around. So there's something about this week where you're going to really have the opportunity to live into that. Wow, really powerful. All right, is there anything else here or in the cards? Yeah, okay. This oracle comes with additional guidance for you. No matter whether or not things appear to be working out, they are. And you are held in the loving protection of the Divine Mother to keep you from straying from your highest path and divine destiny. There is work here for you to do upon this planet in your own unique way. It's the work of the Divine Mother, the work of love. So then allow her to care for you, even if you wonder what the heavenly minx is up to at times. So what I'm also feeling from this is like, if you're not sure about your highest path and your divine destiny, right? This happens. We're like, okay, I know I'm here to do something. What is it? Ask, right? Tune into that Divine Mother or your guide, source, whatever the universe, whatever you want to call it, and ask for help and support or signs or the next step when you're not sure what to do. You do not have to think your way through this journey. It doesn't work that way. It's really a call to connect and collaborate and co-create with your source energy. I mean, that is how manifestation works. So I feel like a lot of you are going to get a taste of that this week. It's really exciting. All right, so that's your reading for this week. A little bit different. I hope you enjoyed it. If this resonates, please leave me a comment below. If you're interested in learning more about that feel and flow session that I talked about at the beginning of the reading, having that done for you or having that done for your business, your mission, drop me a line, send me a direct message. I'd be more than happy to have a conversation about what that might look like for you. All right, talk to you later.